The book of 2 Samuel plunges us into a turbulent period in Israel's history. King Saul is dead. His reign, marked by defiance and tragedy, has ended. Young David, anointed by God, now emerges as the rightful king. However, his claim to the throne is not without opposition. 2 Samuel chapter 3 paints a vivid picture of a nation fractured. The shadow of Saul's fallen dynasty still looms large. The remnants of his house cling to power, their loyalty fiercely fixed on his lineage. This division sets the stage for a deadly power struggle that will test David's leadership and foreshadow events of profound theological significance. We find Israel locked in a bitter civil war. David rules over Judah in the south. Meanwhile, Ish-bosheth, Saul's surviving son, reigns over the remaining tribes in the north. The nation intended to be united under God's chosen king is fractured. This division, a consequence of disobedience and ambition, forms the backdrop against which the drama of 2 Samuel 3 unfolds. Abner, a formidable military commander, emerges as a key figure in this chapter. He had been a loyal general under King Saul, a staunch defender of his house. However, with Saul's demise and David's ascendancy, Abner sees an opportunity to reshape the political landscape. He makes a momentous decision. Abner abandons Ish-bosheth and defects to David's side. This act of betrayal sends shockwaves through both camps. Abner, a seasoned strategist, understands the significance of his actions. He brings with him not just military might, but also symbolic weight, weakening Ish-bosheth's position and bolstering David's claim to the throne. However, this shift in allegiance is not driven by pure motives. Abner seeks power and influence within David's court. His ambition, cloaked in a veneer of political pragmatism, will have dire consequences. Joab, David's fierce and loyal general, views Abner's arrival with suspicion. He harbors a deep-seated grudge against Abner. In a previous battle, Abner had killed Joab's brother Asahel. This act, though permissible under the rules of war, ignites a thirst for vengeance in Joab's heart. Joab, driven by rage, acts deceitfully. He lures Abner away under the pretense of reconciliation. Then, in a shocking act of treachery, Joab murders Abner. This act of revenge throws David's court into turmoil. David is horrified by Joab's deed. He recognizes the gravity of this act. It is not just a personal vendetta, it is a political assassination that threatens to unravel the fragile peace. David publicly mourns Abner's death and distances himself from Joab's actions. However, the damage is done. The cycle of bloodshed continues, casting a dark shadow over David's reign. Amidst the political maneuvering and violence, 2 Samuel chapter 3 offers glimpses of redemption, foreshadowing the coming of Jesus Christ. David, despite being a flawed leader, embodies aspects of the Messiah's character. David's genuine grief over Abner's death reveals his sense of justice and mercy. He recognizes the sanctity of life, even the life of his enemy. This response stands in stark contrast to the vengeful spirit of the age. Furthermore, David's desire to unite the kingdom under his rule points towards the ultimate unification that Christ will bring. David's reign, though imperfect, represents God's plan to establish a kingdom marked by righteousness and peace. David's longing for unity foreshadows the Messiah's role as the Prince of Peace, who will reconcile humanity to God and to one another. 2 Samuel chapter 3 is a pivotal chapter in biblical history. It marks a period of transition and turmoil as David consolidates his power and strives to unite a divided kingdom. The chapter is replete with political intrigue, personal betrayals, and acts of both courage and cruelty. Yet, amidst the darkness, we see glimmers of hope. David's leadership, though imperfect, foreshadows the reign of the coming Messiah. His desire for justice, mercy, and unity points towards the ultimate peace that Jesus Christ will establish. 2 Samuel chapter 3 reminds us that even in the midst of human failings, God's plan of redemption unfolds. It encourages us to look beyond the immediate chaos and to fix our gaze on the hope that lies ahead in Christ, the true King of Kings. Are you ready for the next chapter? Just click here to go straight to it.